Hey, it's Christelyn, your girl who swirls, coming at you with another question of the week. But before I do, I want to let everybody know, and I want to nag you and nag you and nag you to make sure that you put the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. Let's continue to raise awareness about the over 200 Nigerian girls who were snatched, who were kidnapped out of a school to be sold for $12. One girl, we just reported on this on the blog, one girl said that she was raped 15 times a day. Can you imagine a girl, 15, 18 years old, being raped 15 times a day, being sold as a wife, aka sex slave, for $12? So I want you guys to really think about that. I want you guys to feel that. I know there's a lot of social media, there's always some outrage or another, but these are people, these are girls, these are young girls, and they need our help. They need us to continue to lay on the heat to your local congressman, to government officials. If you've got a platform, if you're a blogger, if you're a vlogger, if you got a bunch of Twitter followers, use the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls, and let's continue to bring the heat on and try in some small way, do what we can to bring those girls home. Okay, hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. Okay, now for the question of the week. Has to do with a girl who is having some strained relationships with her father. She's black, her father is black, and there's some concern that she's seeing somebody who's non-black. The person who she's in love with is a white man, and the father, to compound things, the father had been gone for most of her life in jail. And so now that he's out, he's feeling a little bit, I think that there's probably some ego involved with seeing his daughter in love with somebody who's non-black, because he's feeling like if she really loved herself, if maybe he was there, she would want to be with somebody who looks like her. Now, the issue that I always have with this is that, like, you know, why is society so narcissistic? Like, why do we have to have somebody who looks like us for us to feel like I love myself? You know, my husband doesn't look like me, but his ideals, his values, things that are important to him are also important to me. It's not about what we look like on the outside. It's not about us matching. It's about matching externally. It's about us matching up here. So I really want people to sort of get out of the notion that you have to match. There has to be a melanin match for you guys to actually match up here. That's not the case. Skin folk ain't necessarily kinfolk. So, but reading this lady's letter, I can tell that she has a loving father. He loves her. I think he deeply regrets being away from her, and I think that there is an opportunity to salvage this. I really do. I think that what it's going to take is for you, reader, and you writer, to talk to your father a little bit. Talk to him about how much you love this guy. You know, bring him up in conversation. Show him pictures of you guys together. You say his name. Personalize him as much as possible so that he no longer becomes a representation of something else, a representation of something that maybe he's got a negative attitude for, but a real person as an individual. So I would, have these talks, assure your father, because I really think that, this is a time that you guys should really be getting together and getting to know each other and spending time together, and, utilize the time to rediscover your father and have him see who you are and appreciate and respect who you love. Just talk to him. I think that is, that's the first step. Now, after you've sort of warmed him up to the idea a little bit, then maybe you want to introduce your boyfriend and, have like little meetings, maybe meet for coffee, or if he's picking you up, if your father's there, maybe they meet, have a quick conversation. And you never know, build that up. See if there's ways that they can bond. If your father's into sports and your boyfriend's into sports, see if there's a way that they can bond on that level, because it's amazing with men. It doesn't matter what background they come from. If they like sports, they bond. They're instant best friends when it's Super Bowl time. So that's my advice to you when it comes to your father. Now, you also mentioned that your mother is sort of using you as a tool to get back at your father who wasn't there, who couldn't be there because he was in jail. You mentioned that she told him during a dinner that the reason why you're dating this white man is because her father wasn't there, and she'll never date a black man because of what her father did. Now, I think you need to have a conversation with your mother and talk to her about putting words in your mouth like that. I really do not agree with parents using their children as pawns to get at the other person and guilt the other parent. That's just not right. So I would have a conversation, on a sidebar conversation with your mother about using you as a tool to make your father feel guilty about not being there. It's really not productive, and it's sort of manipulative. It's kind of shady. I don't agree with doing that. So you definitely want to have that talk. But I think that there's hope. It sounds like you love your father loves you, and you love this guy. There's got to be a way to make this work. And really, the barriers, they fall down when there's exposure. So the more you expose people to other cultures, the more you expose them to something that maybe they were afraid of, the less afraid they become. So just exposure and reassurance, and I think you guys will be okay. If you have a question for me, you can reach me at Christelyn, Christelyn, at beyondblackwhite.com. And writer, keep me in the loop and let me know how that goes for you, because I really want to know if your father is going to warm up to the guy you love. I'm certainly hoping that he will, and I am pulling for you both. All right, talk to you later. Bye.